Okay, so let's start with the PowerPoint. Share. All right, so coming on. All right. So this is what the machine looks like. Second. And just my computer is messing with me. Okay, so what aeollios means sun in Greek. So the idea is that you shine, your face will shine like the sun kind of thing. And this is for people that are busy, it's a 20-minute facelift. Okay, so you're busy, there is no downtime, you just come in, you do it. You can add lasers with it, you can do other things with it. That's so you can either do it once a week for 10 sessions or twice a week for 5 weeks. Again, it's going to be 10 sessions, so 20 minutes, okay? But the idea is that they need to sell packages. They sell one treatment. They have to sell packages. So this is, again, freshness, somebody that wants to refresh. You know, again, it's only kind of 8 sessions. You can see results much faster. But the whole point is that you need to explain that in order to stabilize the results and make them permanent, then you need a package. Youthfulness, that's another kind of slide. Skin whitening, again, it's a 20-minute treatment. All of this is 20 minutes. It's fast, it's simple, you don't feel anything, there's no downtime, there's no pain, there is no irritation, there is no redness, nothing. You can also use the IELLIOS every time you do a laser, because the laser sometimes will burn or create a trauma or inflammation. You do the IELLIOS, and then the face is going to be much, much better. Why? Because when the laser, what it does, it traumatizes. And the body sends all of its resources to the trauma side. So you have this anti-aging effect. However, if you have the IELLIOS, which also repairs, this anti-aging effect is going to be about 60–70% more enhanced, more obvious, more effective. Eye lift, that's something you can only do probably with the IELLIOS, because with a lot of lasers, you don't want to touch the eyes or RF. So IELLIOS is going to give you the eye lift, and it's going to give you what we call brow lift. That's very easy. Within a few minutes, you're going to see a difference. But again, you need to kind of sell it in packages, at least 6 in a package. And then we get it on the hair growth. Again, results you're going to start seeing right away, but they need a number of treatments, because not everybody's going to respond the same. And then you're going to have people say, well, you know, I did not get the results that I saw. Well, you did not have enough treatments. They need to come when we tell them they cannot come once a month. They have to come at least once a week, and or once every 3 months, whatever that they're coming. And they have to follow the protocol that we're giving them. If they follow the protocol we give them, we can promise them that they will have good results. But if they don't follow, they cannot get the results. Now, the most important thing is that this technology gets you younger with time. The more time passes, the more younger you look, okay? And this is, again, another menu, 10 weeks, skin lightening, and you can see that the skin lightening persists. 2019, 2023, her skin looks more clear, lighter, she looks lifted, she looks much younger. Overall, there's a youthfulness. We can reduce pigmentations and wrinkles. Again, it's going to be a 10 sessions, a package of 10. This is one treatment, so they can accept great results. However, we need, for rejuvenation over 50, you're going to need at least 10 treatments, at least. Neck, same thing. We can have a neck. I'm going to take the permanent thing out because nothing is permanent. they're aging. I mean, it cannot be permanent age, are not the same. Um, so 10 weeks again, 10 treatments again for the lift. Again, one treatment for wrinkle removal, but again, they have to keep persisting. Stretch marks. This is a case that I did in your spa, Lynn. This is from you.
I don't think that
Okay, from
the
you.
shape of it.
All right.
I
And it was like maybe 20 minutes because they had to take the room and do something else. Vaginal rejuvenation, that is especially for much older women that get tears during intercourse, they get torn and they get bleeding. It will enhance sensation, unlike lasers and RF that diminish sensation after treatment. It's good for the guy, but it's not good for the woman. So this one will increase sensation. And then we get into the medical things. About scars, again, 10 treatments. We get into wound repair. You're going to need at least 14 treatments for wound repair. This is all after 6. So you get results very fast. But, we need to sell more packages so people keep coming. And then this is 2 treatments on herpes zoster. That's an 86-year-old woman. 2 treatments. It was gone. But again, we can sell it more. Psoriasis, you can treat psoriasis. You can 10 treatments. You can treat burns. This is after the 4th treatment. That's a younger girl, but again, 10 treatments. They need to learn to sell packages. Neuropathic pain, you can treat pain. You can have a pain clinic if you like with this machine. And this is again the books and all the articles and things. And now let's get into the Nobel Prize studies. In the past 20 years, since 1999, a lot of people got the Nobel Prize for signaling technology. Okay, there's probably 100,000 billion cells in the human body, and they're carrying signals like address tag, like zip codes, that they kind of interact. So you need to imagine the body like your internet. All right. What happens to your business when your internet is down? We won't be able to have this meeting. We won't be able to send emails. Our communication would be cut off. Can you imagine what would happen in NASA or in a government without internet? It would be a disaster. The traffic lights would not be working, right, on the streets. There would be all kinds of accidents. So the way you want to understand this technology is like traffic, okay? So if you have a block in the street, you cannot carry the heart from the lab to the hospital, the patient will die. Why? Because there's a block in the street and the cars are blocked up. Now, the traffic lights have a timing. This technology also has a timing arrangement, okay? Because every cell has a timing. So if one of the traffic lights is not working, again, you're going to have accidents, right? Because people are used to it, and now cars are running left and right. So traffic lights and block in the street, those very, very simple things, and you can have chaos. Can you imagine in the body that is far, far more complicated? Because also you can understand, any computer is based on 0, 1, a matrix of zeros and ones. That's all. Our body is based on 4 letters of the DNA and 4 letters of the RNA. Can you imagine how much more complex it is? So, okay, so this is the question that Lina likes. Can you unboil an egg? And an egg, the proteins of the egg are destroyed because it's not alive anymore. Okay, so can you take an egg and these proteins that are unfolded, to fold them again, and now have an egg that is not boiled? And the answer is yes. And this was the Nobel Prize that shows of how unboiling an egg can lead to better cancer treatments. Basically by refolding proteins. How do you do this? Yeah, this is how you do it. The first one is a folded protein. The protein is the brain of the cell. Okay, so when the protein is folded, the protein is functional. When the protein is unfolded, and any key procedure, you see, you're talking about lasers and RF, why I don't like them. This is why I don't like them. They do natural proteins, and they're quite fond of it. Because, we do natural proteins. Like, that's a good thing. So by doing that, the brains of the cell are dead. Yes, they're brain dead. Okay. So, but with the IELLIOS technology, you can refold the proteins through resonance. Okay. So this is what I'm saying. Every time you do a laser or an RF, you always do the IELLIOS, even for 5 minutes. Even just for 5 minutes, because this will help the repair to start in the body. And how that happens? We use energies with low thermal noise. The complaint that people have that, oh, I don't feel anything, what do they want? Somebody to slap them up? They like to be abused? I don't understand this complaint. What do you mean they don't feel anything? Anyway, the point is that if they felt something, the machine would not be working, because it must have energies. Thermal noise is when you unplug something and the electrons are kind of rubbing against each other and they create this minimal agitation. Minimal. Okay, so this is what happens when below thermal noise, the ion channels of the cells like the doors and the windows of the cells, okay? They open up and then you can feed them signals. How the signals go inside the cell. This is the ion channels of the cell, and this is the signals of the IELLIOS, how they come. Okay, so imagine that you want to have a delivery. Okay, so you have a delivery, but your door is closed, your windows are closed. What's going to happen to the delivery? It's not coming in. Okay, in order for the delivery to come in, we need to open the door or the window. Okay, this is when this is closed, nothing comes in. So we need these energies to open up the ion channels so we can put in the signal. This is based on a mathematical proof that is published in this book by Wilson Grabson in 2008, and it's proven mathematically. Obviously, you cannot see the channel. And what you see here is, do you see this picture? This is under the microscope. Do you see, this is the microscope. It's called excitation energy transfer via resonance. This is what the IELLIOS does. And resonance energy transfer. That's what it does. Okay. And what you see here, you see the cells, you see how they respond and they change. Okay. I showed you a movie yesterday that you're going, that the cells kind of respond and you see a light here, light here, light here, light here. That's what you see in the microscope. That's all we can see. But this is the fluorescent. Basically, fluorescent means you put like a dye and you can see the actual cell. This is the nucleus of the cell. This is the actual cytoplasm. You see how it's responding, it's changing. So what IELLIOS does, IELLIOS signals restore signaling pathways. We see the restoration here. This is the restoration. They restore signaling pathways. It's right there for them to look at. And this is basically another article about how you can boil a neck by refolding misfolded proteins or denatured proteins. And this will lead basically to the repair, because it will fix the internet. That's how you fix the internet. You fix the internet by this. That's how you fix the body's internet with these guys. You kind of repair. So this is what the technology does. It repairs. And that's why I said that what you need to do is, every time you use a laser RF, or or you use you do Botox, or you know, well, fillers, not Botox, because Botox is going to take the Botox out. Botox, you need like at least a week. But every time you do fillers, you right away do the just give it 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You do the IELLIOS, the filler is going to leave somewhere. Okay, and this is going to be your secret treatment. This is going to be your signature touch that nobody else has. You see, that's the whole point. So let me go now to the other one. And I'm going to talk about.
Baru nanti dia akan bawa. We haven't got it. Maybe.
Okay, any questions before we go to the other part of PowerPoint?
Because Plaza, yeah. Yeah. So all this like this get ready, you don't have to do it. Just take it from here. Dia ada bikin yang kita kan, based on ini. Dan misalnya kita mau apa, we want her to put berapa line on it so that you don't have to do it. Just ask. She will do it first. Yeah. So she created Lava in London. It's fine because she put us the address in there. Yeah. It's an added value. Yeah. Yeah. So with this cat, it's not too bad, yeah. You can have a poster or a TV and this slide in photos. Yeah.
I remember that I was, okay, so remember that I was telling you that you need to start thinking in terms, you know, you cannot think as an investor in this particular situation. You have to start thinking as a sort of a spa person. Spa person, the first thing you have to understand is quality of service. So it doesn't matter how much you bought the machines. It doesn't matter, you know, that you have to get your ROI. All that is a different subject. Okay, but the most important thing for you to get to ROI, the service is to be excellent. The service is what they need. Because if they get what you give them next door, why would they come to you? Because next door they're going to have a little bit less price. Boom, they're going to go there. For you to find any competition, you need to have something unique. That's what I'm saying. You do put in the technology that you're the only person that has that. The technology that will be there. And the technology that will increase the value of what you're doing. Once you increase the service and you make it, you know, and obviously we have to train the therapist. But once the service is the way it should be, people will come back. You see what I mean? Any questions? Any questions?
No, not yet. Continue.
Yeah. Let them digest, and then they may come up question later, and we can.
Okay, so do you want me to go over it again? You know, the explanation of nobody will care about the explanation. How do you explain a laser? You don't explain a laser because a laser, all it does, it burns. All you say to people is that your face is going to glow. Blah, 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 blah. You talk about results. You don't talk about technology because there's no technology in the laser. What are you going to talk about? How many filters he has? Do you understand me? So there's no, you know, I can give you a lot of information about the theory and the technology and the science, if you like, but I don't think that's going to be useful. What is useful is the menu, because the menu is telling people, is giving people an array of pictures. So people say, oh, this is what I need. That's what I wanted. Oh yeah, that's what I want. I just was thinking about this morning, that this is what I need. See, it's a very answering people's prayers. extremely important. And this is not what's happening right now. They come in and they're trying to say, oh, we have something new to sell. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You need to stop being more clever because you're getting brainwashed by these huge companies and their marketing techniques. I wrote the article about the gene expression. You know, talking about gene expression. They're expressing genes that are actually inflammatory and cause cancer. Why would you want to do the ABL? Why would you want to do that? But they are, the way it's presented in the article, which is paid by the laser company, and it's also a paid article in the journal. And by the way, they could not even present it in a lecture. They only were able to do a poster about it. Nobody gave them time for a lecture to present it as a lecture. It's that bad, their article. But they have convinced people that they don't understand genetics, that they're doing something. This is the problem.
Okay.
So you need to be smart to understand what exactly does it do. What is a laser? A laser is a beam that cuts much better than a knife. That's why they say it doesn't create inflammation. If you take a knife and you cut the skin, you're going to create inflammation. If you take a laser and cut the skin, you're not going to create inflammation. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't create inflammation in the long run. Come on, it's a cut. Do you understand the difference? So things like that, you need to start thinking, okay? If I want to do that because I'm going to create an urgency in the body to kind of create this percentage and effect, then I'm going to put my IELLIOS in the air. And then people are going to be happy for a longer time, and they will. Do you understand me?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go now to the second one. Lina, I sent you a lot of pictures of myself. I don't know if they're any good. That's all I got. But there is some that I got in ECAD that is with a blue dress. But I think that might, because it's a front shot, we can get some of it. Anyway, so let's start with that's the body. Now, if you notice in the book, even with the IELLIOS, yes, I put it in the front, but we can take those slides off. You can basically, you're selling a service, you're not selling a machine. That's the most, people don't care what you use. You give them what they want. People want service. Okay, if you can do the service by having your magic wand and going like this, fine, they'll take it. They don't care where it comes from. They want to look better, they want to feel better, they want to feel more confident, they want to change their lives. And you can do that. They want the service. Okay? All right, so how do we give them? This is what is this is the actual. Sorry, I opened the wrong one. Just a second. Let me open.
This is the areas, and then how about your? Do you have the new visual gym?
Yes. What do you mean if I have the new virtual gym? Hold on.
Yeah, I mean the explanation of visual gym. Brief.
I don't have. I only have. Okay, let me get it from my. Let me get it from my other computer. I only have the PDFs here on this one. Okay. All right. So I ask any questions meanwhile while I'm getting that. What questions do you have?
Yang kata-kata reverse aging itu kita harus translate karena not many people understand, right? Yeah. Even those who can speak English may mislead. Apa sih reverse aging? Reverse aging. Sebenarnya apa? Jadi reverse aging adalah let's say you are now 60, we can reverse your
Oh, I
age.
see. Okay, I think
You will feel 40 in terms of energy. In terms of energy, you cannot change your face from wrinkle to non-wrinkles, but you can change your lifestyle, your life. Yeah. Profesor, bukan dokter. Ada dokternya, saya maksud kalau di Indonesia dokter lebih populer. She is dokter. Kalau MD itu Zania, they were asking about your titles.
they're asking what?
Your title. They need to write on your, your what do you call it? The professor, doctors, blah blah blah.
Oh, okay. What is my title? Okay, I have a doctorate in neurophysiology from London University, a Ph.D, which is the highest degree anybody can get. It's higher than medical doctorate. And I have another doctorate from New York in clinical psychology.
Clinical psychology.
Yeah, neuropsychology, basically.
Okay. So if we write down Dr. Zania Ph.D., is it possible?
PhD, yeah, I have two PhDs, two different PhDs, one from London University, City University in London, and one from the New York University in New York. So I have more PhDs than most people.
Okay.
Than most people have. I went to school for a long time. Hold on a second. So we're ready here. Okay.
Dr. Sania,
yes.
If possible, we would like to write down your CV, something like that, to show to the people that you are a doctor, everything. Do you have your CV? Can be
A
published?
statement? Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
I your statement. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay, thanks.
I can send it right now. Let me see. Hold on. I'll send you, yeah, this is one of them. Hold on a second. I'll send it to you right now.
It's okay, take your time. This is not urgent.
Well, so you can have it over there.
Okay.
But also I'm going to send you the ORCI, which is... I send you the ORCI.
Yeah, the conference of the conference.
I see.
Yeah, in October. Yes.
Saya ngomong, ada kan nilai jualnya? Yes.
Everything is on that.
And this is some of the publications that you can find online.
Iya, sekarang dia mau saya upgrade, saya ada IELLIOS di bawah, dia ada upgrade-nya. So actually, I want to trade in.
Okay, so you can see everything there.
Alice Busy, saya mau share dengan Alice punya experience. Yeah. Kalau itu Alice sayang, jangan di trade in karena you only got one. Kalau ini saya nggak bisa beli.
All right, so here we are, and let's start on this menu. So the idea that I had is basically you have a TV screen and you play in the menu on the TV screen. You know what I mean? But you have to design, you have to let me, this is just my ideas, you have to put other things. So if you want, or I can help you can tell me what you want me to do and I can change it. All right, so this is basically the body menu, okay? So this health, fitness, body sculpting. reverse agent. Okay? And what is that most people want is to stop eating, right? To suppress their hunger, because they keep, they cannot eat or do anything. They have to live in the middle of the day to go and eat. So we can suppress their hunger, but we need a commitment of 10 treatments. What I wanted to show you is that this is based on actual research and evidence. Leptin is the hormone that stops hunger, and ghrelin is the hormone that increases hunger. But you don't want the leptin to be too high, and you don't want the ghrelin to be too low. Otherwise, you have too many problems. If the ghrelin is low, you have too much inflammation. If the leptin is too high, then the signal is gone, and you keep eating, but you cannot have that leptin signal to stop you from eating. So it has to be balanced, and we can do that. We can actually balance the hormones, and we can also help people because the cortisol increases, the stress hormone increases, the testosterone increases. And remember, we're talking about the BMR, beta metabolic rate. Beta metabolic rate is how many calories you lose when you're sitting. Okay, this is research. All this is based on research. People, the consultants should understand how to explain that, but most people think they're less. All right, all they want to do is they want to have results that do not rebound. Okay, we are the only clinic in Indonesia has results that do not rebound. Everywhere else you go, they're gonna slim you down, you're gonna put the weight back on. Only farms that results do not rebound. This is a huge thing. It's a big market buzzword. No rebound. Cellulite. A lot of people want to reduce the cellulite. Not in Indonesia because the Muslims might not like it. So, I don't know. Breast lift. You can do breast lift. Yeah. Neck lift. Easy. Again, they have to commit to certain treatments because we don't know. People that come in to see are not going to look like this girl. They're going to look double chins. Okay. Detoxification. This is easy. All you do is just use half of the machine. You can do 2 people at the same time. Okay. And then you double your income. Like a couple, husband and wife. Energy, motivation. This is your slide that you want to present to banks, to go to different banks, to different large corporations and say, look, I'm gonna give you a discount, a slip, 20%, whatever, 30% discount. You come in, I'm gonna increase the motivation of all your employees, guaranteed. Okay, and come to me and I can boost the motivation. I can do an energy boost. Okay. Then people that have no confidence, feeling ignored or rejected or out of the game, okay, again, give them confidence. We can increase the motivation and the productivity. How? Testosterone goes up. If you call the Swiss clinic, because they was measuring all the blood tests, this is the one that testosterone goes up significantly. Not just 52%, sometimes 160% some people. They go from 7 to 20. Man, the lowest is some people are like way below that. And they go all the way past that to 20. So it's a significant testosterone. And that's going to make them feel more confident, not just men, women. Testosterone also affects women. It's not just for men. Now, very important thing, boost their metabolism. Okay, if the metabolism is low, how are they going to be able to lose weight? The results will come. We boost metabolism by 41%, almost 42%. Okay, very, very. And we increase the libido. We make them feel like it's spring inside them. Okay, they make them feel more confident, more attractive, more sexy. They feel sexier. When people feel sexy, they're happier. Okay? And why does it increase the libido? It separates the red blood cells. You can take a microscope. Basically, it acts as a natural Viagra. So it's something that people would want to do because a lot of people have problems. The reason why people have erectile disorders that they cannot basically get it up or during intercourse is because there is large triglycerides that are stuck there and the blood cannot go into the penis. Okay, so when you separate, when you get rid of the cholesterol and you separate the blood, then they're gonna be. So you can fix erectile disorder. Okay. So it's gonna increase your drive right there. Testosterone, IGF-1, all that is gonna increase your drive as well, not just the blood circulation. And cortisol is low. So your stress is, people come in, are you stressed out? My mom that does this, does that, works and takes care of the kids. We're gonna get rid of the stress. Okay, we're gonna make you feel happier, calmer. Very important, cholesterol. But again, it's a package. Okay? It's not just one treatment and you expect to go home and have a miracle. Cholesterol will block your. Remember I said about the sexual dysfunction? That it's because the sexual dysfunction is because of this, the cholesterol. Okay? It's triglycerides. You see the triglycerides? It goes down by 31%. The very low density lipoprotein, 41%. That's huge. That's huge. And it's not, it cannot go down 100% because you need that blood. There is a function for triglycerides, okay? But it diminishes it to a level that you have an optimal function. That's why you can have better sex. That's why you can have more confidence. That's why you can have a better sense of well-being because of these problems that can clog arteries and not have the blood. And you're gonna get all kinds of diseases. You're gonna get a heart attack. You're gonna get a brain problem. You're gonna get a stroke. Okay, and this is basically the fatty liver. Okay, and this, you see, this is the fatty liver, and the sonography report that it's getting enlarged. Why? Because the fat gets inside there and it makes it larger. And we have seen 80% normal liver in our sample in sonography. And all these indices that you see, ALT, ESP, this is based on research. We can repair fatty liver, but it's going to be a minimum of 18 treatments. Not 2, not 3, not 10, a minimum. So this is where your counselors, your consultants sell. Okay? Because they can, what they do is they just want, let me just sell one, at least one, so I can get some money today. Okay, no, you have to sell information. You cannot promise fatty liver repair in 2 treatments. And they do that. They overpromise. And people get disappointed and don't come back. Because I've seen them. Okay? I've seen the one that I like. What's the name? On the left. Very good sales. Lenny. I saw Lenny because you want the money. This is goal. You cannot allow them to do stuff. Okay, so healthy repaired liver, we can do that, but they need to commit to certain treatments. Stop diabetes, we're talking about hyperglycemia. That means too much glucose in the blood, and you can see how this is not enough glucose. You need glucose in the blood. No glucose, you have no energy. Okay, too much glucose in the blood is a problem and creates diabetes. You see these percentages: 70%, 66%. These people are normal. Okay, so you can stop diabetes, and you can do it with a virtual gym. Incontinence, you can treat incontinence. Jerry Polo basically certified his machine as a class 2 device for incontinence in 2006 in England. And they were treating incontinence specifically. Vaginal rejuvenation, that's for the floor muscles of the vagina to kind of increase. Okay, so that's going to increase sensation, and it's going to make men happy and the woman happy. Now, you can get athletes. You can target not teams, but you know, football teams. We have a football player from Indonesia. I can't remember his name, but I have the picture of it. You know that he said 40% more fitness after one treatment. So you can target football. You know, come, you know, get a 20%, and or 30%. Send your people, and I'm gonna increase their stamina, their speed. And if they say that they want to go to the gym and do it, okay. If they're 50 years old and they go to the gym and they have visceral fat, okay, they're gonna get this. Why? Because they're gonna have to break back. Sorry, they're gonna have to break their back to do the strength workout that is necessary for visceral fat. And what you see that. You see somebody with a big belly, touch their belly because they go to the gym, and it's hard because there's muscle there. And why is it so big? Because under the muscle is the visceral fat. So they want to go to the gym, they're never going to get what we can give them, which is this. Flat, strong. This. Okay? At 69. They're not going to be able to get that in the gym. So when they say, oh, I think you know, a counselor should be able to say, really? Is this what you think you can do? No, you cannot. Because this treatment, one treatment is worth a month in the gym. And if you want to diet, for example, and say, okay, I can lose weight with diet because I'm going to do the keto diet, this and that, the results will come. Because you just start yourself, you're going to increase your toxicity, your results will come. And it's the same with lasers, but I took that out. Now, one virtual gym treatment is between 4 to 6 weeks, depending on the. Now, that's a very important thing to remember. This is like the new machines, not the ones you have now, but the new machines, like 256 exercises 1,000 times. So depending on what the time is, how long is your contraction, it's about 25,600 exercises in 1 hour. It's a lot more, but it depends, you know, how much the timing of the contraction, how long is each contraction. And they're different. Some of them are like belly dancing, some of them are like horse riding, some of them are like weightlifting, some of them are sit-ups. Nothing in the market can give you different types of exercise. And you want to talk about EM Sculpt? You want to talk about EM Sculpt? What they do, they send 20 electrical pulses per second to twitch individual muscles. None of this amounts to a sit-up, and they claim 24,000 sit-ups. No, none of these twitches amounts to a sit-up. What we do, send a signal that goes to the brain. The brain causes a full body, coordinated, all muscles coordinated contraction that lasts up to 10 seconds. Nothing can do that except for the brain.
If they can, this is amazing.
Okay. So basically, core strength is going to give you core strength. Again, we're going to the athletes. You can go and get athletes. This is, this is a whole new thing. This is no more spa. This is a whole direction. This is fitness and health. It's a whole new thing. We created the Lava Land for that. Lava Land means strong and healthy. You're not making people strong and healthy. I don't know. This is the guy. This is the guy. This guy is Indonesian. Okay. I don't know if you can see him. You cannot see his face. He's Indonesian, and that was in Surabaya with Dr. Yopi. That's the old machines, the virtual gym, the black that you have. And he did that, and he said, "Oh my God, 40% fitness after one." And the other guy that you see is Roman Obe. He's the only one that I can give you a testimonial from. We have sold it to the most famous people in NFL, Robert Goldman. This guy had an injury in his foot. Nobody could make an operation except one person in the United States who did the operation on his foot. His foot was just steady, could not move. We did the earlier version of the IELLIOS, take away the P, and then we did the very, very earlier version, the RSS. And for the first time, he could move his foot. And they bought it. The San Diego Chargers, he was not going to play again. San Diego Chargers got a lot of their players got machines for themselves. They got a machine. But then that's what exploded with NFL. We cannot use the names. They're very famous. You all know them. But this guy can use his name because he was the first that started and gave this information. Not only he healed, but he later on played for the Giants in New York. So we repaired his foot. We did something that nobody else did. So the other thing that you can sell that could works in Hong Kong quite a lot, is body tuning. Tune your body because you balance your hormones, tune your body. Of course, a tuned body will work better. Okay. Why? Because the virtual gym energizes the brain. It has 8,000 defined waveforms that are specific to the motor nerve and to energize the release hormones. Okay. And what does it do? This is all the things that it can do. Increase testosterone, increase BMR, increase metabolism, fitness energy, burn more calories because the BMR is higher, increase libido, increase muscle, feel younger, increase growth hormones, increase leptin, optimal HDL, that's the high density protein, control diabetes, reduce hunger, reduce cortisol, healthy liver, decrease BMI, reduce inflammation, reduce fat, repair fatty liver. All they have to do is read the damn thing, these consultants. Can they read? If they can read, they can do it. Decrease bad cholesterol, lose overall fat, balance sculpting, control appetite, regulate glucose and can do all those things. What happens when the body is not resonant, what is not in tune? Inflammation, toxicity, fatigue, anger, obesity, fatty liver, aging disease. Okay? And this is some before and afters. I'll send you a lot more, Alina. And again, the books, science. And this is what you need to remember how it does it. It goes from the pad to the nerves to the brain, from the brain to the body, contracting the body for up to 10 seconds. It's very simple. Okay. And it was done after 47 years of empirical and clinical research in London University. After Jerry died in 2012, I continued the research. All of my money has gone in research. About 7 million pounds we have invested in the research of the virtual gym, and the 7 million pounds. That's how much. Over the years, obviously, not in 1 year. We don't have that much money. But over the years, over a period of basically. And this is what the technology is. It's research-based. This is not a laser that has a huge... And it's unique, it's handmade. There is no component, you know, we buy components, but we have to make them by hand. And that is it. Stop. Any questions? Okay. Yeah, let me. So the more toxic you are, the more hungry you are. So no matter if they lose like a couple of pounds, okay, or whatever, they're gonna go out and they eat. But if their hunger is controlled, because the hormones are balanced and the toxicity is up, that's why detox is so important, because it will reduce the hunger. If they're toxic, they're going to be hungry. They're not going to be able to stop themselves. They're going to be ready to kill to eat. So hunger, we can suppress hunger and we can increase metabolism. Now, another thing is that you build muscle. You have already utilized the fat. The fat cells have shrunk. Okay, because all the fat cells have come out and they have been utilized to build muscle, to make you breathe better, to make your organs work better. Okay, so once that happens, because the fat cells have shrunk and your stomach is kind of not eating that much, then you maintain it. Okay, but another thing I need to explain is this. This is the second part. During the treatment, you must have a full questionnaire that you give them. Why? Because if they eat while they're doing their treatments, during the 10 weeks or 5 weeks that they're doing the treatments, if they keep eating, because this is passive exercise, it does not require energy expenditure, okay? You have a lot of energy, but if you just sit around, okay, you don't expand the energy. It's not like going to the gym. When you go to the gym, you need to eat to get the energy back, right? Here, if you eat, your energy, that food is going to be stored in the fat cells. So during your treatments, you have to be careful. You cannot, you have, you know, that's the change of the lifestyle that we're talking about. Now, after you finish your treatment, your metabolism has changed, and you're no longer toxic, you're not going to be that hungry in the first place. Okay? But during your treatments, when you're still toxic and your metabolism is low and your hormones are not balanced and you want to eat, you need to control that, because all that food that you're taking is going to be stored in your fat cells because you're not spending it. You're not walking, you're not moving, you're just sitting back there. So this is the only thing you have to explain to them. During the treatments, they must stop the eating. After they finish the treatments, when the metabolism is higher, when the toxicity is lower, when the hormones are balanced, then they can eat, but they won't by themselves. I don't want to eat that. No, I don't crave it. They still want to get hungry, of course, but they're not going to crave things. You have to live in the middle of the day to go and have something because you're starving.
After the treatment, we are adjusting your hormones, we are adjusting your metabolic system. So you repair first.
Dr. Sanya,
after you go back to normal.
Is it what your explanation is like TMC applied? You will lose weight or you will get this happen, but term and condition must be applied. Is it like that?
Oh, say that again. I don't understand what you said. You're going to lose weight?
Yeah, what they meant is during the treatment, they must go on diet.
Right.
Is it true? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, on diet, you know, for them on diet, but basically to eat reasonably, you know.
Yeah, reasonably. So in other words, like term and condition apply, TMC, that means when you take the treatment, you must follow certain rules that we have to set up. You know, like after treatment, you need to drink 2 glasses of water and blah, blah, blah. So it's repair, but if you are doing repair, but you eat like back to that, then you're not repairing.
Yeah.
But once we can tell them you can eat when you finish the treatment, but when they finish, they already adjusted every you give them food, they cannot eat anymore. You know.
Yeah. When everything's adjusted, they're not gonna want to go out and, you know, binge on things unless they just, you know, they're alcoholics or, you know, or they have hyperphagia or have some kind of a problem, an eating disorder. That's a different thing. But if they're really, you know, regular people, and nobody's regular, everybody has a problem. We all have problems. But average problems, let's put it that way, they're not going to want, if they're detoxed, they're not going to want to go and eat. But the problem is that some people can do that in 10 treatments, other people might need more treatments. So that's what the people have to understand. If somebody is like, you know, 70 pounds, 70 kilos, come on. I mean, you know, they're gonna need a lot more treatments than somebody that is 50 kilos. That's common sense. And what your consultants should be doing is say, look, for your size, I would recommend that many treatments to start with, and then you might have to get more. But they don't do that because they're afraid they're going to lose the penny. They chase the penny and they lose the thousands. They don't have the mentality is cheap.
All right. Now, the second question maybe.
Did I answer your question?
Also, really, yeah, it did. Yeah. So, I mean, I will, yeah, I summarized it. So, I think there are certain terms that are misunderstood, right? So, I guess like the deadly sins of the virtual gym treatment, something like if you say no rebound, perhaps there needs to be a caveat, right? So maybe because I think the consultants are not thinking, they're just saying what you said to them. So if you said no rebound, then they'll just say, yeah, no rebound, you will be permanently slim after like a course of treatments. And then but that's not true, right? Like you mentioned, like it, yeah. So I think yeah, instead of no rebound, maybe like a slower rebound.
No. There's no rebound, meaning that the results will not go back to what it was before. So really, there is no rebound. But you know, if depending on what they do, if they do what we tell them, they will have no rebound. If they go out and they start eating 10 cakes a day and drink 2 bottles of vodka, they will have rebound. It depends what they do. If they change their lifestyle as a result of what we tell them, there will be no rebound. I don't have a rebound. Look at me. I mean, you know, there's no rebound. I eat, you know, Lina knows how much I eat. I go to the buffets and I eat at the horse. I mean, there's no rebound. I'm not getting fat the next day. It's impossible. It will take me a long time and a lot of bad behavior to get fat. Like it will take a lot of good behavior for people to get slimmer. It doesn't change overnight. There is a resistance in the body. So once you get what you want, once you get your body, there will be no rebound. But then if you do 10 treatments, does it mean no rebound for the rest of your life? No. If you don't go to the gym, if you don't walk, then you have to come back to us and we have continued treatments. Because lifestyle has to include fitness and good nutrition. That's what lifestyle is. So you need to, when you're talking about wellness, You're talking about a change of lifestyle. Okay, so yeah, no rebound, but it depends what you do. And you can tell them no rebound. They can sign a paper with no rebound. They can sign a disclaimer. They have to come 3 times a week. They have to do as many treatments as we tell them, and they have to eat what we tell them. If they do that, we guarantee the results. But they're not going to do that. So because they're not going to do that, you're going to have a paper that they've signed that they can never get back because they signed. They come and say, oh, here, did you do what I asked? Ah, that's disclaimer is very important. But there, I give you the respect. Consultants do not do clients. They don't do it. Don't do it before. They were not doing a consent. Not do a consent.
Yeah.
Do a food questionnaire. Do the they just put people there. People might have sciatica. The therapist, the that's on sciatica, and the pain, no, crazy because it hurts because they put it on top of the sciatica. It's like, oh, sciatica. I have trained after how to do it. Everybody else doesn't know. They close their eyes on the wall. That is not a
contraction. So they must know this is another line.
This is the science is wrong. And this is why,
Okay.
Daniel, your idea about the commitment is go around. Okay, oh, do that. When I do that again, leave. This is the important. This is the important. If they're not super, whatever they want, and don't believe that's the winner. They won't. They're gonna do the best.
Yeah. Okay.
For
Then
not,
okay.
never.
Okay. Moving on from the moving on from the rebound.
They just take advantage and they do for them. Nothing else. Not even for the clinic. They don't even care about the clinic. Just want to get some money to pay.
Moving on from the rebound, there's another thing.
Yeah.
I've asked a few friends to try the machine, right?
Yeah.
But they're the ones who go to the gym, right? So, uh, so you often mention in your presentation 1 month in the 1 hour of virtual gym equals to 1 month in the gym, right? So does that apply for everyone, even people who
For working out?
or is
No, for people who work out is
like because it's them for
you coming in and out. Say that again. Because I can't hear you. Because okay, so there is a question that we need to wait. Let me